Yeah, Len actually tweeted that one.
That was the funniest.
Sarah tweeted that shit. That was pretty good, actually.
Like, just get frozen on the most craziest thing. I like it. Or the strip cam. Because it froze on me and I had a sweater on, and then it came. And then when you fixed it, I didn't. And I'm like, whoa!
20,000 points. I'll take my sweater off. Oh
and that just was like, I don't want to do it. I was joking. Like, why did you say it?
Yeah, no, not cool.
Because the people will be like, hell yeah, let's do that.
That's what the points are there for, so people can spend them on shit. In 3 years, I'm gonna have her posting to Twitter with a hashtag #MeToo.
Oh, I don't want to say it on the stream. She kept showing me something that she posted to Imgur.
Uh-oh. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't run that kind of stream.
Oh, it just had to do with the V2 thing. But.
Oh, fair enough. Anyway, so here we are on the other side of it all. My chat's not starting up.
Too bad about your soundboard last night. That was fucking annoying too.
That was like soundboard wasn't working.
Like, what the fuck?
My soundboard wasn't working. Your camera kept freezing up.
Joe had his head in his hands all night.
All night.
Like everybody was like,
you
they
guys
had
got
a bad day.
Drilled. Yeah, it was just a bad scene all around. You know what? The funny thing is, this shit was on schedule. Shit was on schedule. Dialogues that needed to get done got done. Like, game happened.
The game itself, I thought was pretty good. Like the way everything played out and how we ended up where we were and stuff.
Right, but
like, it was like the stuff behind the game was like the issue, not the game itself.
Yeah.
Like all like your whole session, your planning and whatnot.
What's going on, Sarah?
But like.
Or is that? I think so.
So that was.
Hey. My chat's not up at the moment. I'm looking at what people say in the console. No, it was ridiculous. It really was. I don't know. It's so dissatisfying. When all session you've had to deal with that, and that's what I was saying is that I put it all together the way I do, doing my best to bring it all together, and when you're in the middle of it and you're trying to keep yourself focused on it, it's so hard to do that when you got people who just aren't into it. They're just not into it. I mean, why are they not into it? Oh, reasons, whatever reasons.
Like not even trying to be.
But that's just it. Yeah, they're not even trying.
Both
it's like
of us,
for whatever reason
Curtis,
they don't have anything left. But sorry.
Curtis, me, and Paul all did something that was trying to get more involved in what we were doing, and he was just having none of it.
Yeah, he had in his mind this idea that he knew better. He's gonna do this or he's gonna do that, and it is a matter of checking one's ego, as he said, right? And that's fine if he needs to, take time to check his ego. So be it. At the end of the day, it's not a rage quit, but I knew it was gonna happen. Is the thing is the moment I started confronting him about things. That was when I knew he's not coming to next session. And it's going to turn out like Mike, I figured. I'm not bothered by it. If he quits, he quits. It was a good run. But he has to, as he said, check his ego on certain matters. And that is the involvement of his character versus other people and just the role he wants to play in and amongst everybody, I guess. I don't quite understand what his thinking was. Like, he wants to role play this character and do what his character would do, and that's fine, but to get to where he was, and then suddenly realize, he's taking a sabbatical for a week, he says, and I tried to do a sit down with him to just actually talk, and I've been trying to do this for 2 or 3 weeks now, and just get a direction on this, because he has been getting more and more snippy and smarmy and
increasingly dissatisfied with where the story is going ever since the dragons attacked outside.
Yeah,
the gnomes and the bees and the dragon attack there, and he was like, "What is going on here?"
Yeah.
And then we got there, and it was all like, I don't know.
It did go sideways. Sure. I like this branch. It's been fun. You know?
But, like, go with it. There's nothing wrong with just having something to deal with. It's, who cares if it makes sense or not? Like, in your brain, like, in somebody's brain, like, this doesn't, let's just go with it.
The thing I find funny is the way, like, he's being specific about certain criticisms where he's saying, like, you know, the story, what was it? The story should not have branched like this. He wanted to focus on one thing. That's literally where his dissatisfaction with this whole situation stems from. He doesn't want to deal with this story at all, and that's fine. In truth, he's not necessary for this story, and
he hasn't been there for most of it, so it's just not really a loss. Like him and Bacon.
When you say the most of it, you also have to realize that you're talking about 2 sessions that covered one night.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he hasn't been, ever since the tree came up and stuff, his character has been, like, absent, like, for this whole...
Because he's not really supposed to be here.
So...
That's just the thing, too, right? So, ultimately, yeah, it's as I was just saying, it's not a portion of the story that requires his presence. But, as I was saying to him, I need him to provide actual direction, not just what sucks. He's very good at being specific about what sucks. But what does he want out of the game? And we don't have an answer to that. You know what I mean? I'm just building the story the way it is, and I get a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And I mean, I get I recruited him from Reddit, but really now. You can do better than an upvote when I know you in person. And so I get the criticisms I do, but really I need some direction from people. And when I ask you for like specifics about your base, resources and whatnot, I don't know. Ultimately it's pretty simple and straightforward. And you can't really fault someone for not wanting to follow along on something they're not into, or that can't involve them. Like forcing their involvement into something. Although Paul's good for that. Paul, I don't know, he seems to, like, once you give him a shim, he just makes it up from there, or tries to. I don't know, maybe I'm challenging people too much with this. I don't know. Am I not giving people enough? Am I not, like, enough direction, you know what I mean? Is that where I'm lacking? Is that I'm not producing enough actual direction, but just things that are happening around them? Like, I have pretty clear ideas of what people's objectives are. As I said this before, it's like, I need to give people focus, and then I say, I need to let go. And there's got to be a happy medium, and I'm not getting it with everybody.
It's been so much role play and political background stuff. Not that it's like good or bad, but we're not together as a group deciding things as a group together. Like, so all of us are, well, at least a chunk of us. It's like cliques. I'll just call them cliques now. Where like these people have an objective, these people do, and these people do, and people aren't in the same area, and nobody's really metagaming that too much to like be there. Like, there's no Deus Ex Machina that they're pulling to bring them somewhere.
For me, he's always supposed to be the straight man. In a crazy world, he's the straight man. He has his character arc, he has his whatever. Of late, shit has been getting wacky. And I've been justifying it on the basis that it's Dungeons & Dragons, it's intense, it's whatever it is, right? But, as he said in his text once to me, remember when this was a low magic world? And then you correlated that, saying, yeah, no, this place was lacking. And I hinted at that last night when I talked, I believe it was Pograph, he says something to the effect of, or no, I literally just meta-splained it. I just meta-splained that without the statues, he doesn't have a lot of power. It's the statues that give him his power, right? Vane being the chosen one of Paler and having the strength that he does is an oddity, right? And the characters that have these magical abilities, they're a cut above. So there's not a lot of magic users in this world. A lot of people are carrying around, as I pointed out in the refugee camp, carrying around medical supplies and food and whatnot. They're not just creating food. we don't even have like a lot of first level casters. So this is something that I've got to keep in mind moving forward, is that I can't use monster manual mages and clerics and shit. I've got to stymie them so they're level 1 effectively, all of them. The Royal Speak has lost a lot of people. The place has to rebuild itself. You know, and I was saying to him that it's been a year, so naturally a bunch of people have learned a lot of stuff, and you still have a couple of very talented individuals. But I mean, one family member out of the whole bunch who has a wand, you know, and happens to be druid and blah 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 blah, and he's like, you know, I get the vibe that he thinks that's retarded. It's like, no, this all is supposed to add up. But I'd like to get the specifics of that. Like, that's what I'm saying when I say to him, I want the specifics. Is I want to know what's good, so that I can build from there, and not worry so much about, like, which is the shorter list. Is that to say that there's so much good that there's these specific things are just the only things that are bad? Like, I don't know, just everything's hated. Like, you play for 5 years with somebody, you want to get some guidelines and whatnot, some reference point for the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah. He's not really giving you he's not giving you anything to work with. It's just like,
no,
I
but
don't
you know what?
like
At the end of the day, I make a lot of stuff work for him, and though he may chide me for pandering to some players, I pander to him just as much, and more than he would like in a lot of cases. The truth is, in any event, I gotta dig out those old interviews that I did with all the players. I have a bunch of old interviews that I did from 2 years ago,
yeah.
3 years ago, I think. I'm gonna cut those together. Those should actually be fun as a little something to put online.
Marlon's in the chat now too.
What's going on, Frank? And that's the other thing that I was thinking. I need to diversify. I need to run another game.
I do think you do. Like,
I need to run another game, something
good.
that's not so serious.
It would be good for your stream, because multiple streams a week and whatnot.
I almost want to be like, what's Frank and Brian doing tonight? Let's play. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? They're like, tonight's a write-off. That's it.
Like, because if you do that, it will help your stream, because, like I was saying, 3 times a week is, like, on average what most people need to do on Twitch. Like, to become a streamer the way that you'd like to become.
You need to, I guess, what is it? Get into, I'm retarded over here. Roll20. Get into Roll20 and try that out, or Tabletop Simulator. But I don't want to. Eclipse phase. What's Eclipse phase? I have no idea what this is. I need to Google something. I feel like I want to be an uplifted octopus. Oh my god, no! I'm not doing that sort of shit. You guys enter the world of color. It is red where you stand and blue on the horizon. There's green to your left and orange to the right. Where do you go? I go to the orange. You fly, if you want to call it that. It's more like thinking and transmitting yourself through reality, through color. For the moment, you turn into a streak of spectrous shades and find yourself translated from one point in space to the other.
You. That's just so
Eclipse phase is a tabletop role-playing of post-apocalyptic transhuman conspiracy and horror. That sounds fun. Open call for authors until January 31st. Huh. Oh shit. You could, like, rip on SCP for days with this, eh?
Oh my god.
Like, literally, you just encounter everything. What's up ahead? I don't know. It looks like it's made out of spray paint duct tape.
Whatever you do, don't look away from it.
That's right. Otherwise, it'll instantly kill you.
They'll, like, teleport in front of you and fucking break your neck.
Humanity stands on the cusp of a new age, with accelerated technological growth converging toward a singularity point, promising an undreamt of future. Despite the ecopocalypse and social upheavals on Earth, humanity has conquered the solar system and partially terraformed Mars. Advancements in biotechnology, nanotechnology, artificial intelligence, and cognitive science have transformed our lives. Everyone is wirelessly networked with the world around them. AIs process vast amounts of information, and nanofabrication enables people to print complex devices from the molecular level at home. Biotechnology allows people to genetics, enhance, and clone their bodies, while others pursue body modifications. Body modifications. This is intense, actually. There's a lot. Oh my god, there's a lot. I am not reading all of that. No, that is way too much. But that is cool. To be honest, I'd rather play Shadowrun.
I like Shadowrun.
Everyone likes Shadowrun. No one likes square roots in the middle of their role-playing session.
I got really good at dealing with Shadowrun rules because it was like the first tabletop RPG that I played.
I feel like if I played Shadowrun, I'd want to play 4th edition just so it's the older, more familiar rules.
Well, lots of people still even play like
Shadowrun will work, I guess. You know why it won't work? Because it's not marketable. Nobody gives a shit about it. It's too bad. Actually, you know what? I should shut my fucking mouth. I should shut my mouth. And why is that? Bright. That's why I should shut my mouth. Bright has given Shadowrun this possibility of research, but I wonder. I wonder.
It's not like it's not quite as cyberpunk, but it's definitely it's like Shadowrun without all the cyberpunk enhancement stuff.
I think it'd be neat to.
It's like
Bright was fucking amazing, and that's what I'm saying though. How many tabletop RPGs are out there? Yeah, there's fucking a lot, and you have to think like for every published work that makes it to store shelves, there's a million billion of them that don't. It's like for every Kanye West, there's a million little guys servicing the municipal and regional level, right? There's guys that you don't know nationally, right? There's a million rap artists down in the United States that you've never heard of. They're local talent, exactly. Yeah. And they still make money, right? And then one day they make it big. Their marketing takes them to the height, and you got Chameleonaire all of a sudden, or some fucking other guy, right?
I forgot about that guy.
So did the rest of the world. But that's my point. Yeah, exactly. You get that guy, for example. What's going on? Oh my god. So it's just, yeah. But yeah, playing other games, the problem with it is that it's not as marketable. And it's especially not as marketable when you consider the talent I have, which is I don't, right? I mean, we're a bunch of amateur folk that have been victimized by one sociopath who has enough money and time to do this and then stick everybody's face on camera and obsess over fucking trailers and websites and software and shit to make stuff happen. So, that's the other side of this all, is I'm putting so much demand on these people at random. Hi, how are you? Have you ever dreamt of being an internet celebrity? I have. Here, let's live my dream. And it's like, wait, I just wanted to play D&D!
Other people don't mind it. Some people don't play it up even remotely as much as others. Like Paul, yes, Curtis.
Paul loves it. Paul loves it. He wants to.
Fletcher is just like whatever.
He wants to all that, right?
Yeah.
Fletcher and Mitch, they don't give a shit, and it's well served, and the stream is better served for it because they are 100% themselves. Paul is too. Don't get me wrong, but he's showman, right?
Yeah.
So he wants to get it like yeah, when he does the high, that sort of thing. So. I gotta clean up the garage. Vacuuming it looks very nice in here now. Running a 5th edition Shadowrun, or moreover, developing my own version of XCOM using 5th edition rules. Like literally just taking XCOM, making it thing, and then the problem with that is I've not played the sequel, and I don't have the time or wherewithal to drill through the sequel. I don't have an insane amount of tabletop books. I actually had the entirety of 3rd edition Shadowrun and gave it away. Or I can't remember what the fuck I did with it. But then I started buying all of 4th edition And then I bought all the 4th edition and got to the point of I had all the 4th edition books and 5th edition came out. And we played 4th edition for a little while, actually. We played 4th edition a couple times. It was fun. I liked Shadowrun 4th edition quite a bit.
Dice pools and glitches and...
Yeah, all that was good. And then 5th edition, they tried to streamline it. And they did a piss poor job of it. I think they took the entire system and they didn't do enough with it. Be it because they were trying to make it the year of Shadowrun with the new video game that had come out that year. This was back when the Shadowrun Returns Kickstarter took effect, and then we got the new Top Town game. And man, that was great shit. That was amazing. And would be that one day I find the time and we're able to sit down and actually play.
Is that like sitting on the stream in front of us?
Is it?
Yeah.
Hi.
There it is.
Hi there. Hi. Maybe not. See, that's what I'm talking about with specifics. You gotta be specific. You gotta ask questions like, is that supposed to be in front of your face? No. That is being specific. That implies to me that there is something in front of my face. And if there is something in front of our face...
Maybe you can move it or do something about it?
We turned into a radio show there for a little while. I took my time on that intro, and I don't mind criticism about it. But you don't just get to say that I wasted 16 hours. You need to tell me what's wrong with it.
No, I think
right?
No. Your intro is fine. It's people's opinions of seeing their faces and whatnot on there. That is like Curtis couldn't even watch it because he has anxiety over pictures of himself in front of people like that.
Then,
but that's not. But Curtis said he's like, I can't watch it. He's like, I don't like it because I can't watch it because he has an anxiety about that.
Then I'm gonna change it. Then I have to change it. That's all
Joe,
it is.
like he.
Same thing with Joe. I get it. Same thing with Joe.
But I personally like from a.
I don't like that. I don't want them
is,
suffering for it. Let's go, Fletcher. I mean, Fletcher, I don't know. Do you care that your photo's on there? Paul knows. He texted me. Actually, he called me. He fucking straight up called me. Or did he?
Yeah.
Did he call me? I feel like he called me.
It was right there. Yeah, he knows.
So, everybody knows where your phone is. Don't you worry. The echo was bad last night. The soundboard didn't work. Man, last night was bad. All of last week was bad. Here's hoping the next week is good. Yeah, the fucking week was terrible. Oh my god.
Yeah, everybody was saying they had a terrible week.
Yeah, Sarah's still there too. Well, we were joking about it. Come on, I wasn't seriously that drunk. I mean, she was, but I wasn't that drunk.
Celeste was very drunk.
Oh, Celeste was very.
Celeste was drunk and wanted to party.
Oh my god, Jess and Cess both.
But then Cess went upstairs and John played Magic 6 and passed out.
Good times.
Yeah.
Soak up the
That was funny as hell.
Man, fuck! No, it wasn't. That was embarrassing as fuck.
I
whatever.
got reamed out for that one.
Yeah, whatever, man. Fuck, don't do that.
I don't need to be that like.
Shit, man. Giving me the business like that. Oh fuck! No! God damn it! God's like, shut your mouth, Dooley.
That is just a very. I am being stuck there. I didn't say that. Repeat.
Yes! That's a fuck! God! Sin! Just like all I kept hearing. Oh, yes, you're being spontaneous. Oh my god.
Embarrassing.
Oh man.
I'm not allowed to drink hard liquor at the table anymore.
I told you this before. I have laughed at you for it too. Fucking whatever.
There was long time before the
best
stream.
time to be, was
Long
when
time.
you were like, yeah, I get to play again.
I got drunk, wandered inside, and passed out.
Oh my god.
Where
9
did
o'clock.
Celeste go?
What was it? Was that? Oh shit. No, that wasn't that night.
Like,
but yeah, no.
Seb or somebody was
there was a big bottle of something, and you had a lot of it. You didn't finish it.
I was keeping up with you.
She went and jumped on her man in bed, and she's like, I want to go to the clubs! I'm being spontaneous! And she slapped him. And he's like, you're watching that freaking stream again, aren't you? And then we had a conversation about the stream, she says. Oh, really? Was that after you fucking slapped him and told him spontaneity? Oh, he was awake. Okay, fair enough. And you just started, clubs! She's doing it! I want to do it! Let's do it! Chill your jets, woman! Calm your titties! That's great.
I was freaking, yeah.
Oh, incoming question about Final Fantasy, I feel like. No? Nothing? No.
One's upstairs playing Sonic, the other one's downstairs playing Final Fantasy 15. That was getting nice and loud. I could not calm the
Oh man, that's funny.
See, it wasn't the worst. Great. At least it was entertaining, if not embarrassing.
She turned around and fucking lit off fireworks. We need to go to the clubs! Look, it's the club's fireworks! Nah, that was a reaching joke. Don't laugh at that. That's a terrible joke.
I will drive a snow celeste. You're not going anywhere.
Russell Stewart. Holy shit, there's a name I haven't seen here in a long time. Wow, that's... Where's the last time I've seen this guy? Oh shit, hang on. Does this guy even follow me? I feel like I've seen this guy before. Hi there, Russell Stewart. Has been following since a couple days ago. Okay. Please tell me I'm not wrong though. Please tell me something. That was bad. Good. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? Oh shit! No, never mind. I know this guy. Fuck. This is okay. Fuck. I'm being an idiot. As soon as I seen the fucking capitalization, it suddenly clicked. Because, I showed up in this guy. This is the artist guy, yeah. No, I gotta show up with you and fucking get a portrait out of this guy, actually, is what I gotta do. Get one of the XP Fairy, get an oil painting of the XP Fairy. Or is it acrylics or oils? I can't remember. Fucking, that'd be the badassest shit. That'd be great. But yeah, getting way back to the original topic here. Session went well.
Celeste's not drinking wine anymore at the table.
Don't drink wine at the table. It's the worst. I swear, this is an honest truth, is you do not drink wine during D&D because of the fact it will get you drilled.
I want to go to the clubs. No, you don't. No, go.
You're actually better off, I would say, drinking fucking champagne, right? But I say that because it makes your nose tickle and it's fizzy and whatever. But
point being, a Palm Bay. I'll drink some.
Yeah, Palm Bays. I can't do beers because I'll fucking slam them and it's all bad. I end up feeling super bloated and it's hard to stay awake. That's why I drink the hard alcohols. I mix it with the Red Bulls, and it's just a good little mix that keeps me going all night. Keeps it loose, keeps it active, keeps it energetic. That's it. Okay? I'm not a professional. I'm a drunk. There's a difference, but I'm good at what I do. So. But yeah, no, I would love to get a painting of the XP Fairy. I don't really want to go through the thing, the whole subscription thing. I mean, I'll just throw you $100. If it's like $80 to get it, I'll throw you $100 and shipping, and then done, right? And then that way I can fucking plug your stream and be like awesome and blah blah blah, right? I mean, if you want me to pay $5 to have you do it on camera, that's one thing. I'd rather pay you $20 more. You can do it on camera if you want. Not to be a dick or something. But not you, Fletch, the guy who has art in his name, brother. Fletch, love you, man. You're great. I love you to bits. I didn't know you were an artist, though. Do you have canvas because you're an artist, or do you just have canvas? So you're thinking I have some potato sacks. I can cut it up, and make canvas from that. I don't know, man. Actually, that would be not bad as an art medium.
That's getting into certain sort of special Louis art or something.
Dude, that'd be sweet. No, seriously, having a portrait of the XP Fairy on the wall would be the shit. Would be fucking pizzazz, right? And getting a bunch of them would be even better. If I could get a bunch of these, yeah, dude, this will be the start of it. I get you to do one, and then it'll motivate her, and then I get some other guys to do them from Twitch, around Twitch.
I've painted 3 pictures of the XP Fairy so far.
A physical, put it on the wall painting, okay, that it manifests upon the surface
Hey,
here,
we
much
can
as
get
the
them
other.
printed out on canvas.
No, I wanted relevant pop art moving forward. You've already given us this. In the distance, we have alcohol, because no great story started with someone eating a salad. There's wisdom in that statement. Wisdom. You can see several pieces about her. She dresses like a hooker, I said at one point.
So
Here's my email address, first off. Fire me an email. I will fire you reference photos. And then from there you can do as you will. Be it a recreation of one of the pieces that our lovely Celeste has done, or an original altogether. Like, you can thoroughly take the same woman and put her into a new costume. Just whatever you feel, man. Like, straight up, whatever you feel. Whatever your imagination inspires. Oh yeah, the relaxed one.
I've had.
But yeah,
trying
$100.
to come up
Like,
with,
you tell me, man.
I haven't got a good pose in my head yet. Waiting for the for the
whatever canvas you feel comfortable with. Whatever largest canvas you feel comfortable with. You tell me the price.
That was beautiful.
Yes, it was. It was perfectly timed. It was like the sound of money right after I talked about money.
Yeah.
It was perfectly timed. What I gotta do, speaking of which, is figure out what's going on with my soundboard. That was ridiculous. Changing the different buffer sizes and latencies and blah blah blah, and still not having it work, that was a frustrating matter. And the fact is, I have no idea what it would have sounded like for everybody on the other front, like what everybody else was hearing when I would test those out, when I would fire one of those sounds off, and it would sit there. It goes.
Yeah,
like that was the gunfire.
Like,
I was like, what the fuck was that?
Job seeking website with a vape on.
Right? That's the thing I love about her. She's always looking for something. Can never get out of here. Because you know what? There's too many programmers nowadays making better programs than I can make. So she's never getting anywhere.
Think of like having the lollipop hanging on the.
Would she have curlers though? I don't know. I like the hoodie thing. Maybe have a bun or something. What would she have holding the bun though? She's gotta be something fucked.
Well, she's a bun like a really messy bun.
Right, but I'm thinking she's got, like, you know how you do the chopsticks with a bun, or like you can do it with a fork or a spoon or whatever too, right? Like, I don't know if people do that at all, but if I was a woman, I'd totally fucking make a bun out of whatever the fuck on my hair. Actually, I can do that as a dude. You know what? Fuck. I don't know if I'm gonna grow my hair out. Fuck. And it doesn't seem to be growing as much anymore, eh?
I think you gotta drink some more of the omega-3 oil.
Yeah,
That's what makes your hair and nails grow. It's
little
like
daggers. Or letter openers, right?
Look at this. I got like this big mess in my hair.
It's alright, I can cut that out for you.
Yeah,
I'll use this.
I've always wanted to go bald. Let's just shave it off.
I'll have to sharpen this though. Could you imagine?
Well, if I shave my head and I don't wear any makeup, I probably look like the Gabriel from Constantine.
How could you make a thriller movie? A thriller movie, murder movie?
Thriller movie, murder movie?
A thriller murder movie.
Thriller murder movie.
About a guy, a gardener, a psycho gardener who sharpens his spades and then hides the bodies by burying them in the gardens. And he's like some crazy person who loves burying bodies. And I always feed the plants the best. You know, and he kills people with the spades that he sharpens. And then he digs the holes, and he's like obsessive over it. And he digs the holes out of... How would you do that? You hacked off 32 inches? That's an oddly specific number. And I'm attracted to it for the fact that it's 8 times 4, which is a multiple of 2. 32 was the chest-high wall, so to speak, in most first-person shooters. Until it became 64. And then it became 128. And then, what is it? Unreal 3 was when it became like 192. No, never mind. I'm all over the place with that. The units in Unreal never went over 96 for a dude. Or was it? Yeah, pretty sure. There was a point when... Sorry, I'm babbling about video game engines, and you're talking about hair. I don't know how I did that.
You do like this.
Well done. We can slow that down and put some sort of like Vidal Sassoon commercial around it. New Vidal Sassoon offers B5 elements for your hair's length and strength.
My hair doesn't grow any longer than
Accentuate the shine of your hair today and tomorrow and forever with Vidal Sassoon's new B5 implement. Vidal Sassoon. Amazing for your hair. I wonder if it actually saw your hair stick forward like that. That'd be great. It would satisfy everything that I needed in life. To see your hair forward on camera. That was what I lived for. I can now die a happy man. Right? How many people are going to commit suicide tomorrow if
it
this
almost
fulfills
looks like I could
everything
have
that
like
they were?
the shaved side of the head. Go like punky.
Yeah, same with Mitch. Actually, Mitch, who was sitting over here, same thing, Frankie. He had the fucking Jesus thing going full on. But like, you had it to your lower back, that's insane. I can see you with that. I could see you with that. How long ago was that though? Was that recent? Did you actually carry that right into what are you, like, you're in your 40s, right? I don't know. But did you seriously have it? Like, she says hers is as heavy as it is. I'm just imagining dealing with that. But like, I've had my hair to just past my shoulders. That's about it. Never had it. Yeah, 44 now. I'm 37 now. I'm gonna be 38 this summer. It's not bad. I gotta drink more water and I gotta drink more fucking fish oil though, I tell you right now. My eyes are drying out, my joints are getting hard. Yeah, we all old men. I wonder if I'm gonna live and die without ever seeing a war. And I wonder if my kids will be so fortunate.
People are really into avoiding destroying the planet nowadays, which is what a war would do.
A war today?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we have proxy battles.
People get it's more undercut.
So it's been like almost a decade and a half. Fair that. What you were saying?
Oh, it's all like you hitting countries battle by hitting themselves where it hurts, not physically, but like politically now.
Yeah.
Because you have this grand like the internet, and it's so easy now to talk to people all over the world. It's also super easy to spread fake news or this or that in new ways. Like, propaganda is a completely different thing now.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that at some point there's the chance our country could get dragged into that sort of thing,
I
right?
guess, yeah, I guess.
And I'm not trying to be insensitive, don't get me wrong. It's the state of the world and the state of a standard. A local standard? A regional standard? A country standard? I don't know. Like, the point is that some countries, they are a certain way. They do a certain thing. Their people are, cheers, we'll see you soon, are a certain type, right? And every country has an identity in that, right? Like, I don't know. I'm trying not to get political, because I hate getting political on my stream. I really do. I have opinions. I have things I know.
Our prime minister is like brazen and like telling people like no, he's like he backed out of like Trudeau backed out of some trade things that weren't good for Canada and got criticism.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
He's made Trump, or he's the entire Conservative Party down in the U.S. has a thing against Trudeau because he openly admitted saying the government will no longer be funding pro-life campaigns.
Right.
Because they're not so much against the anti-abortion, because taking more of the woman should choose, so we're not funding people who would take away the woman's right to choose, regardless of how anybody feels. It's like that's just so now the entire Conservative Party down in the U.S. is having a problem with that.
I was going to say, and this builds on this thing, is that the current leadership sucks. The current leadership sucks. Right? The current leadership is what it is. Obama built a legacy. Obama built a legacy that will last for a long time. And the truth is when he was looking to get elected, it was marketing, sure. And while he was elected, there was whatever spin, sure. But Obama didn't leave any mess. He left it pretty much the same way, like his, not his predecessor, but some of his predecessors have left it. It's just in a better state, right? In a better state of affairs. And that's what you want. You know, it's just, you can only expect so much. You limit somebody, like, if there was no limit on rule, you could have Obama from till the end of days.
That's like, in Canada we can. Like, we don't have a term. We don't have terms.
Oh,
like,
really?
we could have, Trudeau could be our prime minister for like 20 years if people.
Oh, good. I mean,
well,
good.
It's not
like
in the
if
US
somebody's good,
in the
they
US
should
they
stay.
have the two terms.
And you know what? I think
Canada,
if a country could have had, I think if a country could have had good leadership for more than a couple of years, it would avoid having this fucking bullshit. You know, because what it is you get to a high point and you get all these idiots who are just like, oh, shit's not as good as it used to be because we fucking remember something, and some guy comes in and panders to that and fucking takes position, and suddenly he's just like, woo, flying this thing on my own way, right? Like, it's not good. It's not good. You suddenly have a whole country going astray because why? No good reason. And then, oh, next year, oh, well, you know, we had a lot of problems. We're going to fix them. And you get somebody who's actually going to fix them, and they fix them, and then you get the same thing happening again.
I feel like, and I think a lot of some of their things is, it's my last term in office, and it doesn't entirely matter what I do in these last, like, 6 months of my term in office. Like, they're in there for their 8-year term, and they can't get elected again. Then it's kind of like, it doesn't matter if I burn bridges. I'm never gonna be like I've.
That's the thing, right? I'm just gonna have my pension. I'm gonna have my salary and my blah blah blah. I don't give a shit, right? And that's just it. Is ultimately they know they don't have to care. The smart ones know they don't have to care because once they're done, they still get a pension. They still have like whatever hundreds of grand, you know, coming at them year after year, and that comes out of the taxpayers. You know. Oh, it's just mental. It really is. It really is something to think that, you know, there's no checks and balances. It's good to have freedom. Freedom. You need checks and balances. Otherwise, yeah, exactly. And you're going to get abuse of that if you don't have checks and balances.
Oh, yeah, I did read about that. The American government shut down right now. Like Trump. I don't know all the details, but like, it's close. Something happened. I can't remember what it was.
What?
Like, it's like a government lockout right now. I don't know what they call it. We have it. It's a lockout when it happens up here.
Government shutdown. Hi, Flaco. What? So they just shut down? How is this guy still in office? What the fuck? Oh god, now he has 240 characters. Or 280 characters. Holy shit. Well, the Dems and Repubs are always split in your country. They're always split in my country, too. Except we call them conservatives.
Or liberals.
Whatever.
That's the...
Oh, God. Ow! Oh! Oh! I looked at his Twitter. Ah! Ah!
Here, let's just get rid of that.
Ah! Ah! Oh, no, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Goodbye.
I'm used to it. I'm used to the internet. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, God. Okay.
I was really bad at trying to use this weird angle with my
My parents had that condition. If they looked at technology for too long, it was just like brutal.
It's not here. Oh, wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Everyone,
I'm sorry to alarm anybody. I'm okay.
Hi, Saul. How's it going, buddy?
Ooh. Hi, son. What are you doing?
Why are they sticking?
They're not. They're just there.
How's it going, buddy? I love you.
They're not magnetic, but here. You can have the magnet.
Don't touch it to certain things, so they will kill things.
Alright, go on.
Come
Love
on.
you.
I'm gonna be in.
How's the game?
Good.
Who's playing it?
Me?
Then go play it.
You're like asking me to play it. You.
Thank you. So they're not going to work and they're getting paid?
No, they're not. They're not going to work or getting paid.
They're not going to work. Oh, I see that.
So you're it's like getting forced to go, kind of like I don't know. I remember learning about what furloughs are. That was a long time ago.
What? Oh my god. This is all bad. It really is. It's all bad. Wow, they made some improvements to this though. Okay, I'm seriously trying to get to whatever whispers there are there.
I gotta go and check
there it is.
On Ari.
Okay, Fletch, I don't know if you're actually like trying to talk at me, but I don't see it when you post the comment to the video. I don't see that, dude. Have to keep reporting without pay? Dude, you can't fucking do that. That's fucked up. But there you go. That's Trump being a business person, right? That's oh shit, man. Holy fuck. Wow. Here's when the Congress and the President failed to pass resolutions and they shut down the offensive. Holy, it's like one a year. But it's not. It's like one every couple of years. Point being, it's intense. There it is. Literally says that right there, right? And he's got the boom. That's really frustrating. That's really fucking crazy is what that is. That's unbelievable. It's too bad. What do you do when you live in a shoe? Fletcher has established contact. 235. That's a fucked up number you have there. We have a 235 area code now? Jesus. Let's see here. You can call him Fletch. That's not his fucking house number. Where the fuck is his house number? There it is. There you go. Now you have his number. You can call him. This whole situation in your government is really messed up, and I'm sorry to hear about it. That is really brutal. I cannot imagine shutting down an entire government and having to deal with the ramifications thereby. That's brutal. Okay. I've lost my partner in crime here, and I am totally rabbit trailing. And Joe's in the chat the whole time. So you can't come over to have a sit down, but you're going to show up in here. Anyway, I was just bitching about you earlier, so after I'm finished this, you can watch the earlier bits. one thing I want to say, like, I got a bunch of stuff, like, I blew up your phone, and then I was thinking about it later, and I actually go over it here, is like, you are specific about stuff. You do address a lot of the stuff correctly. Like, there's, I mean, I'm being critical. I sound like I'm being critical in the texts, but that's, I was saying it in the video earlier, is you're addressing your criticisms of this current story fine. My issue, I guess, where I'm like going off on that is, as I said in my texts, literally just about the branding and identity that I'm establishing. If people have an issue with having their photos in there, they need to say, I don't want my photo in there, done. You know? Nobody did that. Bottom line. Nobody said, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't want to do that. There's... Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Let's just get rid of that. Ultimately, I'm doing my best to, you know, make the stream a thing. This ain't a fucking professional production house by any stretch. It's my garage. That's my vacuum canister. So, I'm doing my best. I'm alright with it to a degree. If people are uncomfortable with aspects to the point that they're just gonna not want to play the game, like, that's where I need to know. Like, this will push me to my brain. Remember Sebastian? Remember when we went to an evil campaign? Remember that it made him quit? That's the same thing. I just don't want that to occur. Or Mike and, you know, whatever the fuck drove, you know, he may be whatever old, however old and having whatever issues inside my walls. Yeah.
Oh.
See, It's Stupid is far different from... Why are we having this conversation with a 10-second delay? In any event, I say, come over, let's have a quiet drink and a conversation off stream, and now here I am having a 10-second delayed chat dialogue on stream. I just have to sweep that shit. I've had to sweep a carpet before. That's shitty.
Can you how long was the Google? Oh, okay.
So in any event, okay. So what's the issue then, right? Like, where's the problem with the intro as opposed to the old intro? Because it's effectively the same. It's just a different song with longer cuts and whatnot. But it's like. But you call it a waste of 16 hours, and then you don't provide any specifics. If it's not in the picture, then what is it? Or are we still talking about the same thing? And I'll just wait 10 seconds for your response to come through. Oh yes, and also, every viewer who's watching is now part of the conversation directly. So this is much better. What's going on, Boris? You want in on this? Oh, sorry, 10 seconds for my delay, plus however long it takes you to cogitate, develop a response, type it out, and deliver it. How far away do I live? Like, really? And you can have a face-to-face. Oh, we can even do it on stream. Shit sakes. The logout command didn't work. Oh, yeah. Right? So, what can I say? I'm left where I am, where, you know, I'm not worried about the criticism, but it's like, what is it specifically? Because I want to make a better one. Eventually, I'll want to make a different one. I would like to have the time to make themic ones. I don't. But, you know, I took the time to make the one that I did. I think it's alright. All in all, I look at it as just a chunk of our branding. And if there's a problem with it, I want to know. I personally have major issues with my branding right now. I don't like the whole Dungeon Master CA thing. I think that having a proper brand name would be a lot better than what we currently have going on. I think it would provide a much stronger identity if we had a proper brand name as opposed to just my fucking domain name without the period as a brand name. It's just, call me crazy. That aside, I don't know, like, I'm not making apologies for the Brightwood storyline. You're right, it's a lot. It's a lot at once. And maybe I should spread it out, as it were. I get that you want to play the frontline storyline, and I want to get back there too. It's a matter of getting through this. And you know what? Here's the skinny, is that I can't cheap out this storyline to get back to that one. And I appreciate if you're not coming to the next week's session. That's fine. That's not, that's not my choice that way. It alleviates me having to write you apart, but that's where I wanted to meet and actually figure out what it is that it would take to make you involved with it, like why you feel you can't be. The whole baby thing solved itself. And that's just the thing. You have to play it where it lies. With golf, you have the same idea, right? And this is kind of a game of golf where I had an idea, I fire it out there, and it lands where it lands. I write the story I do, trying to involve people on a level and provide people a level of control, a level of agency within that game. But I have to write for 7 people, and unlike George R.R. Martin, my characters have minds of their own, right? I mean, ultimately, well, he doesn't so much get mad, but frustrated about it. I mean, he's not even in there anymore. He's gone. But it's not mad, but frustrated, right? Yeah, really. And what I don't want is momentary confrontations. I don't want that. I don't want momentary confrontations. Yeah, there's tough love, but this isn't a love-hate relationship. This isn't a love-hate relationship. This is a direct this is a working relationship, is what it is. This is what it's supposed to be, is a working relationship. And what I want to do is work through issues and figure out how to work together on things, right? And that's what I was going after with this, is how do I figure out what would it take to get him on the straight and narrow for that, so whatever. What I don't want to do is put people on the spot. I do want to have an honest, direct conversation about things, but I don't want to put people on the spot. What's going on, Russ? Welcome back, Fudge. But what's going on is I'm getting these momentary confrontations, and in these momentary confrontations, there's butt hurt. That's the risk I run, is that I'm going to be causing butt hurt on players. And, far be it for me to say that any one person is the thing that, the tie that binds, Like Russell knows, a fucking painting is made of many colors. You can't rely on any one color. Unless you're going for a particular theme. And in that case, somebody is the star of the show. But no one color is the star of the canvas here. There are multiple colors in this. We have a fucking rainbow, okay? Like, simple. It's a full spectrum. Joe represents the straight man, like I was saying before. Joe's character's always he plays them the way he does. And what I don't want to do is put him on the spot in these momentary confrontations. But what I do absolutely want is to make him realize that in as much as he's critical of specific things that are going on, he is as guilty of a lot of these very same things, self-same things that he's criticizing. And if you're going to deliver the criticisms, you should be able to rise above them. And that is, I mean, if you're going to criticize the story, you should be adding to the story, for fuck's sakes. That's really the start and end of it. I'm sorry, but I mean, I try to bandy about with nice floral wording, and at the end of the day, you know what? If you want more out of it, you got to put something into it. Bottom line. But I mean, it's pulling teeth. It's pulling nails with chopsticks half the time. Oh wow, thanks, dude. So, where does that leave us? I mean, I don't know. He doesn't want to meet today. He hasn't met with me for however long that I've asked for it. I do these sorts of things with some people. I mean, me and Paul used to do these things. Now it's me and Celeste most of the time to have a sit down and talk about how things are going in the game, the next day, that sort of thing. I don't have a problem with the game as a whole very often. But right now, I'm frustrated. And I'm simply frustrated for the fact of the reaction that I'm getting here.
Did he leave?
Oh yeah, he left. Ultimately, it's not. I'm not surprised by the way things are going that way. Once you confront somebody about it, and once you put them in that position, you know, some people are direct and upfront about the direction they want it to go, and other people have a tough time with that. You know, and if you confront a person about if you force a person to commit to something, that taxes that individual. That strains your relationship with them. You're forcing them to do something they're not comfortable with, which is commit to an angle, commit to a direction, commit to an opinion, and say, this is what defines me. This is something that makes me who I am. And if he doesn't like something about the trailer, well, I mean, shit, I'm not really bothered about that. But I mean, as I said before, you gotta tell me, you gotta give me something.
I don't know. It's weird that it's like, I don't know, when I think of the trailer, they're all similar enough that I don't know what a big deal would be between any of them.
You know, I'll be honest, the reason I want something out of him for this is because if you're going to call the whole of my efforts on that a waste, especially, hang on, let me finish this. When I spent, and I always do this, I spent a good fucking amount of time finding a good fucking reference for his character. And I found a reference that made him laugh because when he saw it, he was like, wow, I forgot this game existed. That kid loves his fucking Warhammer, and that's fine. But like I said to him, I pandered that shit. And I found that fucking footage, and I fucking worked that into that fucking trailer, and it looked fucking amazing. And I have the perfect fucking reference for it. And I built the little storyline for him and the family and blah, 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 blah. The most you can do is give me something back. On the fucking trailer, you don't call it everything I do is waste. Just fucking give me something, man. Like, shit. So, I mean, that's really it, I guess, eh? The game keeps going, the game keeps evolving. People come, people go. We'll see if things work out. We'll see if things don't. In the meantime, I'll be here at the bottom of a bottle, running the next game, right? I mean, it's not fucking rocket science. You want something out of the game? I mean, Paul whines and bitches and makes it. You know what? Squeaky wheel gets the grease, doesn't it? I love Paul to bits, but he is a fucking anal retentive, fucking very specific, goddamn pain in the ass sometimes. I love him for it. Because I know what he wants, and I give it to him. He's like, and you know what? He gets what he wants out of game. And then other times I'm like, yeah, I'm taking something. He's like, fuck you, Dooley, but he plays ball because you know what? It's a give and take relationship. And that's the truth of it. It's a give and take relationship because you know what? You're all actors on the same stage. And you're all playing the fucking crazy game of freeze add-in where you have dice telling you if shit works out or not. But that's just the thing. Is that the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. I was lucky that I had a nice photo of Joe. I didn't have a good photo of Curtis, and I feel terrible about that. That was the best fucking photo I had. It was a slightly blurry upshot. Ugh.
I mean, he's just uncomfortable.
That poor guy. Of course he's uncomfortable. I want to get a nice, good-looking photo of him.
Yeah, like you catch him off guard.
No shit. Just with his nice smile and hat, just oh so and fucking blah blah blah. Right.
Just like, ha! I got a picture of you. Nah.
Seriously, I'm gonna start taking fucking table shots of people and just on the fly.
Don't let them know that you're just taking pictures.
Ideally, what I should have is footage, like we were talking about before. Footage of the game space, footage from the stream. I don't know. It's frustrating. It
Your-
really is.
Your trailer is fine. I don't know what his being the bonnet is about.
Well, no, we don't know. He even said it's not the photo. He's certainly not going to come out. He hasn't texted me. Maybe he has, actually. I have no idea. Nope, he hasn't texted me. So, brr. And seriously, it's really frustrating and really unfortunate that that the story is taxing on him. And my attempts to develop the story, you know, to involve him are met with resistance. Met with smart remarks. And at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not his employer. I'm not his employer. I don't want to talk to him as his employer. I don't want to talk down to the guy. You know, I want to work with people and figure this out. But I do take it seriously. You know, I take this seriously because I give a shit about putting on a regular show. I do it once a week. I give a shit about the story. I want to keep it cohesive. I give a shit about fucking I give shit that it works the way it's supposed to, right? And it works a certain way, and it doesn't work that way. It just fucking can't. I don't know. I'm babbling now. I feel like I'm babbling.
Well, no, you just had another resurgence of it, like, just now. Like, the whole frustration you have.
It's so hard dealing with it sometimes. But, you know what? Every day's a fresh start, right?
Yeah, it'll be fine. If he wants to come back, if he wants to, he will. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Let's first come back. If he wants to.
When we got into the combat last session, when we finally got into the combat last session, one thing I did was, and you know what? While I can justify it, I knew I was putting too much on everybody. It should have been momentary. Like there's a certain cadence that you're supposed to follow with this sort of thing. You're supposed to follow a cadence with this, and
oh, the snakes and the bugs are.
And yeah, I don't know. I just figured whatever. I wouldn't. I wouldn't pull any punches. I would just let the one encounter happen the way I intended it to.
Well, you know, sometimes just like people just want a fight, right?
Yeah, it was a good cliffhanger, right? It ended off with you guys running away from the bugs.
We literally are in the middle of a loading zone to whatever the next part is. Like, it's super easy for you to think of what's happening, like, since you know where everybody is, including Joe, who ran off with the baby. Like, you know where everybody is.
Retcon everything I did last. No.
You ran off.
Just so you know, I ain't doing it. If you're watching this, just see what I said. I ain't retconning shit. You're a baby snatcher. That's it.
No, I don't.
You know, and if you don't come back to play your character, Ivor Kedrock will forever be known as the baby snatcher. Like, man, I don't know. Shit.
No,
just own up to it. Let's work through it. That's why I want to do
fine.
the thing. Sit down and write out what it's going to take to make everything work. And I honestly think it makes for a good story. I think it's a really fucking crazy, interesting story. Ivor goes to kill the baby, can't do it. Wants Pograph to do it. Pograph won't fucking do it.
It's just a game. It's fun.
I know, that's the thing. It's a fucking game. Like, at the end of the day, we're writing this story, and yeah, it's an extension to your psyche, and blah, blah, blah. Fuck all that.
But you could, it's
supposed to be a fun fucking game, and you just fucking snatched a baby. That's hysterical.
It's just a game. It's not like...
Fucking A, right?
You're not gonna walk outside the next day, like, as yourself, and have somebody be like, you're a baby snatcher.
No shit.
It's just a game. It's fun. Who cares?
Although maybe it's gonna turn out like Fable, and you're gonna be known as the chicken chaser everywhere you go, or the baby snatcher everywhere you go. If you ever played Fable, you understand that reference. Because in Fable, there was Molyneux, what a load of shit. But the NPCs would start calling you something based on like whatever you killed the most of, or whatever you did the most of. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what comes of this coming session. I think the bug hunt will be fun. We're finally getting into the bug hunt that I've been talking about. I'm gonna have a bunch of the Sunwalkers show up with you guys so I can do my little aliens rip. I can have Sergeant Apone and fucking all of them in there.
It's gonna be funny.
Vasquez saying, "Let's rock!" and fucking cutting up bugs. That'll be great.
You got it. And you got like the perfect way to set things up. There is no guesswork where anybody is in the city. You know where we all are.
No, you guys headed off towards the sewers as they started their frontal assault.
Yeah,
I'm thinking something to the effect of there's huge losses and the rest of the fucking manor is cleared. And then giving everybody another session of politics. Triforce missing with the baby. That'll be good.
Have fun with it. It's supposed to be fun. Nothing's permanent. It's not your real life that you're affecting. Just go with it.
Have you ever had a burp and you try but you can't, and it locks up in your chest and it hurts and it just sits there and it aches? I imagine that it's what it's like being in Dooley's position. I wouldn't know though.
Do you like freaking deal with some like awesome shit right now?
Just like so many different angles that you can take it. Anyway, so my point being is that I could fuck everyone over. I could say like, yes, it was perfect. All the houses came together, and by the time you guys got to the sewer, they'd already cleared all the floors. And you literally just have to walk through it, and the whole place is cleared. And then you get to the really scary parts, which are like the lower levels of the dungeon. And at that point, you make everyone feel special by like having Mactillion and Aelon Wee do the research on this little like doorway and magic their way through. And then, oh, there's a pit. Oh, we need somebody to drop to the bottom of the pit ever so skillfully and call the elevator up. I wonder who could do that. And then Celeste ruins that by saying, I'm going to climb down.
She could do that.
So Dooley throws black ooze at her on the walls.
And is like sliding, and taking down,
that's right,
sliding down the walls.
And then finally I say to Fletch, oh shit, you have to dive down there because Thunder is slipping down the walls. And Fletch is like, okay, I dive down there. Because it's his cue. He's good on his cue. And that's what makes a good player. Know your role. Play to it. Play to your strengths. That's what it's about. So now that we've figured out next session. No, seriously, I'm not retconning shit. Ivor's a baby snatcher. I don't know why he did it. Joe knows why he did it. Joe had an idea. He's got to build on it. This is where it is a test of Joe. He is good at bringing the noise and fucking with the game for his own entertainment.
Baby snatcher.
Sorry, did you want to do that?
No.
Okay. I gotta get a fucking Gandalf pipe. Right, but at the end of the day, he didn't have the moose antlers up. And if you don't have the moose antlers up, then that's that. What you say happened. You know what I just realized? This whole time.
We haven't been listening to any music.
Like,
you can just hear Final Fantasy 15 stuff coming through the door.
Yeah, so I mean, I have music. You have music. They have no music. And I apologize for that. I have very good taste in music.
Dun, 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 dun. Saul's like, I gotta go and camp out. As the car's getting fixed. So he doesn't have a car. They just ran like 5 miles because his car is broken. So his car is getting fixed. And then they went into the diner and had dinner. And then he went to go and rest somewhere, but he had no money. So it looks like you're gonna have a camp out in the parking lot.
That is amazing. So, no, the moose antlers thing is a Paul thing. Paul is notorious for
just saying stuff. He's like, oh no, I don't actually do that. He does
and he said one night, I'm gonna kill everybody here. Now he was speaking in game to everybody in the room.
Yeah.
Thoracic's Black Mountain was gonna kill everybody in the room.
Oh yeah.
And then a bunch of shit happened. a whole lot of shit happened. And Paul was pissed. He's like, what are you talking about? I never fucking said that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And we clipped it 7 ways to Sunday.
That was when he was Orion, right?
Was it right?
Orion?
No, it was Thoracics.
That was
It was Thoracics.
Okay.
Full
Right.
on. And that was one of those situations where, we have it on camera. And so that's where the moose antlers, he's like, you know what? From now on, if it's out of character, I have moose antlers.
So, am I doing it? Yeah.
And ever since then, it's become a thing where if he says something, he'll quickly redact that by saying, I had the moose antlers up, just so you know. The moose antlers were up the whole time.
Yeah,
okay. As long as the moose antlers are there. But Joe had no moose antlers! There were no moose antlers! I got pissed.
Game be getting serious. What happens in game now in the next few weeks. Yeah, my Twitter, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's my Twitter handle. I don't have a type in the chat. That's my Twitter if you want. I post my art and I post works in progresses there as well.
What now?
Once I was asking about what my Twitter handle was, so I just typed it in the chat thing. Yeah.
You wonder what your spellbook looks like. Well, it could look like a number of different things. At the end of the day, I was just saying it looked like a book. It was a first level book. So it was just a standard leather bound tome with a bunch of first level spells in it. I've done some exotic spellbook designs. The coolest one.
He's almost a necromancer with that meat, the dragon meat thing that you've been doing.
That's to come. I haven't actually pulled out the Necronomicon on anybody. I have yet to do that. That is, I don't know. I feel like that'll be a special something that I do, and maybe I had like a fantasy of doing that with Oberon, who had the fucking gun arm. But I never got the opportunity to do that on anybody. Pull out the Necronomicon, you know, just like because Ash wasn't a cleric. Ash was just like some guy. He had to find a book and fucking do a thing, right?
Yeah.
And that's just it. The Necronomicon was just the MacGuffin. It was like the thing, right? You had to get. What are you doing? Oh, I'm going after the MacGuffin. Right. Come on it for otherworldly research. So I should spread my DNA all over it for otherworldly research? Alright, I'll do that. Just jerk off all over it. That sounds good. Oh, Boris left. Bye, Boris. Either that or my chat program lost track of it. I have no idea how it works. So the question becomes, what now, right? People are going to do a bug hunt and then they're going to go back to the front line. I don't think Joe's going to quit. I think Joe is going to give himself some time, and then he's going to come back and he's going to, we're going to have a talk, hopefully. We'll see. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe he's just going to be like, nah, I've had We'll see. But that's what I think. I think it's going to be a talk and then blah, 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 and we're going to figure it out and go from there. He doesn't, you know, like, I'm pretty sure he manages the warehouse thing, so he's not socially inept. He's not like, you know, Sebastian is just going to be like, no, I fucking had it, leave. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm socially inept. Maybe I'm just not reading signs and seeing signals and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm sociopathic as fuck, so maybe I'm just missing something, right? Like, who's to say? I happen to think I'm pretty decent at picking up on signals, but if I choose to ignore them, I don't see them, right? I don't know. Whatever it is. Figure it out in due course. In the meantime, though, I gotta buzz Colin, too, and see if he wants to play D&D again. And then, so that way we can get Frankie, Brian, and Colin together and have a good game of D&D. Have a fun game of D&D. I'm gonna go back to Calamshan. Do some good shit.
Well, that was supposed to be the lighthearted one where you just did have fun shit happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Sunday game was fucked up.
There could be a lot of Tabashi running around down there. That's where I pulled a bunch from. What's your face's brother returns.
The truth is, if you wanted to play that game, you could play it from your computer upstairs.
Pop down. Oh, hey. Then go back up.
No, I'm not even joking. Viewer games, that's what I used to, or streamer games, or whatever the fuck. Internet games, basically. But yeah, no, I think I'm gonna do that. So, I don't know, I'll message Brian and Colin today. Actually, I'll message him right now. Where's my dashboard and all this?
Stop yawning, it'd be fantastic. Try to see if you could organize a better day where people aren't really tired. Because that was part of the problem, wasn't it? Some people's work, like somebody, they were playing with you and then they had to work really early the next morning and stuff.
Mm. Well, Frankie used to have that problem. He's laid off at the moment, so...
Yeah, you have like...
Or tonight. Ask Colin if he wants to play tonight.
Do you want to play some D&D?
Frankie, you want to play tonight or tomorrow? Actually, I'll just message him here.
Let me go check on Ari. Trust that child. Oh. What?
Like half the responses are going to come back, yes. We want to play tonight and tomorrow. What's going on, Eddie Shifter? Do you want to build a snowman song? Click on my phone. Is it showing up? It's not. No, it's not showing up. Never mind. I just realized this chat is actually not cropped properly for whatever reason. Oh shit, now it's totally not even the right thing. So I'll wait on responses back. I'm setting this. There it is. We can do it tomorrow? Alright. Let's see who else gets back to me, right? Oh my god, this piece of shit. Stick with the one fucking capture, you bastard. There we are. Alright. Oh, I don't know that song, to be honest. Oh, I got a response track from Arakan. What do we got? Might be able to tomorrow. Alright. Frank is in tomorrow. I'm waiting to hear from Colin. We will see if Colin gets you down for tomorrow. The other two guys are in for tomorrow. So there we go. That's organized. If I should let him. I'll let you know. Tunes? I have no idea what you mean. Yeah, we're totally going to be streaming it. If I run these, it's a good time, actually. I use the table and everything, but the guys are online. So... Oh, I see. Characters, yeah. But yeah, alright. So we got something quasi-organized. Is that real? Seriously? I wasn't aware of that. Alright. That's a new one on me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it. I'm going to go about my business for the day. I thank you very much for being along for the ride. Russell, good to see you. Frankie, always a pleasure. Sarah and Fletcher. We hope to see you again soon. We will talk to you as the days roll past, and once Friday comes around, we'll see how everything culminates. I guess I should publish a little something for an article. Do my fiduciary duty for the platform and brand, as it were, right? Otherwise, it's always a pleasure. I guess there's like a bonus. There you are. It'll be later on, probably 5-ish, around there. I should let Arkin know the same. Don't call it the same. Wow, seriously, that's brutal. Oh my god. Alright, hang on a sec. Because fucking Colin's in the same time zone. Maybe we want to make a better time for it. Because I'm saying 5-ish to people on the internet. Brian is... Fuck, where is Brian? I think Brian's in Texas, too. So Brian and Colin are in Texas, and you're in Jersey. It's hilarious. Yeah, you're no, I'm not on New York time. I'm on California time. You're in New York. Yeah, you're in New York. So you're way over there. So anyway, 4 or 5 my time is what I've said. I don't know if that's too late for you guys. We'll make it a 2-3 hour game. Not too long, but kind of crazy, kind of weird. Yeah, dude, that's a hell of a jump. So this game will be weird. This will be a cool game, I think. Otherwise, yeah. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will keep you posted about what's coming up. Everybody in the channel is either followed or subscribed or is a patron, so we're otherwise interested in playing the game. So that said, just follow the feed, or I'll email you directly, or I can't email you. I'll message you directly. It was a pleasure. Catch you later, guys. See you Friday, Fletch. Sounds good to me too, girl.